Hello, YouTubers. I hope you enjoyed my show today. Today is a deck profile for the Ogdoadic. We got a hand traps first. So we got Ash Boss and Jarrain. This is one of the best hand traps in this deck. This deck in particular doesn't need it so much. Just stops opponents' hand traps. Just stops opponents from deck. Added all sorts. Really gets you set up for the day. Stops your opponents doing stuff. Particularly against this deck. This deck's a rogue at the best of times. And you gotta be a little bit careful with resources. This deck particularly, yep. So Nanas, the random. So basically, all the Ogdoadics have a light and a dark version of them. Basically, so this one, dark version, is this one, for example. So this one, you need to play this at 3. They're all dark and lights, they're all chaos based. So the idea of this card is you send this card to the light, to the graveyard. So you send one light monster, one light red type you get to the graveyard. And when this card's been normal summon or special summon, you can add one Ogdoadic, a Ogdoadic monster spell and trap from your deck to your hand. Yeah. So you can add the spell, you can add the trap. Your main target is this. Your main target is gonna be this. Ogdoadic, the water lane. Yep, that's the main target you're going for this card. This is your good level 4. This is just a good standard level 4. It can be your normal summon, can be your standard, could be anything really with this card. It's pretty good. Then you got Nanas, the Donna's reptile. So basically this one does exactly the same thing but for darks instead. So this is your dark one, right? Also this card can special summon itself. But while this card's on the field, you can't special summon anything else apart from reptile. So just keep that in mind, you need to summon reptiles when this card. That's why you have cards like Fitkin, Fair Ints in your deck. Yes, because you can. That's the rest of your reptile. This card's very good. It's a good normal summon. It's a good extender. It's good for everything, this card. It's good what they want to do, which is handy for the deck to say at least. It's a good normal, it's a good summon. Don't get some of these vanish. This one vanishes, that one vanishes, this one vanishes when it leaves the field. So that's why we XC summon to do that. Yep. Then we're playing one of each tribute. One of each tribute we are playing. One of each, yep. We are. So I'm playing one of each tribute. So these are your level 8s and your level 10 basically. So this one is your main. So this is your monster you want to end on for this deck, your main deck. So Ogdoadic, the the Overlord. Basically, you can summon this card by having 3 tributes on the field. Okay, you can tribute 3 monsters if you do it that way. You can do it that way, and most of the time, you're not going to tribute 3 monsters. Okay. What this card can do basically send all cards to the graveyard are not bit, and particularly cards not being sent to graveyard will be getting sent instead. So what happens is this card's in the field. I just go, oh, send all of them. I'll be saying, out here, man, and then this one goes, shroom. And this card stays on the field, and everything else gets sent to the grave. I've not been sent. Not from the grave. So this card's very deadly. It's very scary once this card goes off. Because this is your win condition. This card, literally your win button. And once this card sees the field, opponent's like, oh shoot. Yep, this card is a pain to get rid of. It's very 100 attack, so it's not easy. Get up and stuff like that, which is cool, but be careful, it could hurt your stuff too, so make sure you see the last one. Then we got Curse. Basically this one tributes 1 monster on the field to summon itself from the grave, a level 4 lower monster. Yep. And it can summon opponents too, so it can summon opponents too. The effect's been negated, which is pretty cool. It's pretty unique effect. It's good, it's a good extender. you're always gonna send it over under the one of the reptile cards, which is cool, which is nice. Then we got Alison. Okay, this one basically tributes one monster, and you can put monsters back from your balance pile back to the grave, which is pretty cool, pretty unique to say the least. These, and then also this one kind of calls the opponent's hand, so you do have to be careful of that. So don't try and trigger this one too often, which is a shame. But it's good when you. This is just nice to stand the end of the day. Same with these two. These cards take 2 tributes. So you don't summon these very often, but most of the time you summon them just because you can. But you want to summon them off the spell card. This one is basically gets the monsters back from your grave, which is pretty cool. The opponent sends a card to the grave that this card can get stuff back, which is cool. This one, if an opponent adds a monster, adds a color, basically you get to discard 1 card from the opponent, which is pretty cool. And if they do it again, you get to add 1 card. Next, you're playing 1 of Xanos. It's basically just a good level, another level 4, which is nice. And now extend the end of the day, which is cool, which is unique to say at least, which is cool. Next, you're playing 3 Reptilian Lana. Basically, this is just a good reptile extender. You can just special summon this card from your hand, which is cool. Oh, which is really handy. It comes up now and then. It's a good tuner. Yep, there is a synchro in this deck for that, which is cool. Then we're playing 3 Chaos Valkyrie. Yep. It's just a nice extender, a good level 4 extenders for this deck, yep, which is pretty cool. It helps out in making exceeds and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. You need it for some cards and you can search it. Cypher, Gamma, and Driver, yep, to stop hand traps, just to stop effects going off and stuff like that. And in this deck's rogues, you need stuff to go off because your deck is quite often dead quite a lot of time, which is a shame. Hey, which is a bit of a shame, yep, stuff like that, which is cool. Then you're playing, and then our last one off, yeah, it's quite a lot. So we're playing Light and Pulse to Dragon to search each other, yep. And then the 2 danger cards, yep, but most of the time you won't need these, yep. Which is cool. This is just to search this, and then you can keep extended, stuff like that. You do the search sometimes, but remember most of the time you are XD with this deck, so which is cool. Right, that's the monster side. Right. Now the spells. Playing 3 Chaos Space. Yep. This basically searches 1 Chaos Light Dark monster. You get to your hand, which is cool. And then also this one can search. This one you can change the. Also you can send it shuffle back in to draw 1 card, which is pretty cool. Then shuffle other cards back in, which is pretty neat. It helps in those situations, which is pretty cool, pretty handy for the right sort of deck, which is cool, which is unique, which is handy. This deck plays quite a lot of chaos stuff, plays quite a lot of light dark. Next is Snake Rain. Snake Rain is discard 1, send 4 reptiles you can get to the grave. Yep, basically it says that. And this card sets you up for all your plays. Yep, it's one of the best. It sets you up for everything you want it to, which is cool, which is unique for this deck. It's pretty handy, this card. It helps out for everything your deck needs, which is nice. Yep. 3 Din Water Laney. Basically, this is a foolish burial. Basically, this is another foolish burial. And if you've got 5 different reptile names in your grave, you get a special summon 1 from the grave, which is pretty cool. So it's a monster reborn possible foolish burial. Good. It's pretty cool, pretty unique for this card to do that. Yep. Then a nice one. Also, cool buy. Upstart, Mind Control, Extra Instant Fusion, and Layer Darkness. Yep. Because we need to get rid of the opponent's monsters very quickly and very precise. Yep. This deck does struggle sometimes going second, but this card helps out for that, which is cool, which is unique. And there's some good situation, which is cool. It's Infusion, just have a nice standard. Yes, there's a nice level 4 so you can play in this deck, which is cool, which is nice. Yep. And we could play a new Distort Ready Fusion in this deck. It is possible to set that up in this deck, which is cool, which is nice. 1 mind control, just to take control of monsters and stuff like that. Use it for Linkatil and stuff like that, which is cool. Upstart to gain more an extra draw. Poet life point doesn't really matter. This deck can easy OTK in this deck, which is pretty cool, and cool by the grade because you need to stop hand traps and you stop all this sort of stuff going off against you. Right, that's the main deck. The extra deck is just here around the corner. So we've got one Nightmare Phoenix. Yeah, just to throw monster away. It's easy to make. It's good material. It's very simple to make with this card, which is cool, which is nice. One Nightmare Phoenix to get rid of back row, to have that extra extender, just to get OTKs going. So one Barrel Sword, yep, just for the OTK potential, just to go second with it. Yep, you can make Barrel Sword deck. It's quite simple to make Barrel Sword. It is easy to do it in this deck. It's just a lot more resources you need to, but most of the time you don't need to make. But if you do, it's pretty good. One Curious is pretty good. It sets you up pretty well. It's just a good length 3, which is cool, which is nice. One Cross Sheep, yes, we make Cross Sheep quite often, because you do need the 2 down arrows, and you do need the instant fusion target, which is cool, which is nice, which is cool. We're playing one Reptilian Hydra. Yep, basically this is your synchro of the deck. This just basically makes opponent's monsters 0 attack, destroy, yep, which is cool. You just use it as a nice synchro father, just a nice extender or OTK, because it's quite a big attack, which is cool, which is nice. One Mud Dragon of the Swamp, yep, which is good. Good level 4. It can stay on the field, but it's just a good level 4, and then you are going to just XC with it, which is cool. Number 62, Galaxy Eye, Phantom Dragon. Yep, this is your OTK card, basically. This basically says, oh, I'm going to be 62,000 attack. Yep, which is very powerful for this card. A very, and they're good. You go do a lot of damage with this card. Yep. One Galaxy Eye, Full Armor Dragon. Yep. This basically pops card, which is cool, which is nice. Yep. You usually make this the top of this afterwards and pop another card, which is cool, which is nice. One against you, just to pop, just to send cards to the grave, just to set you up, just to do OTK, which is cool, which is nice. Yep. One number 38 Titanic, just to negate spells, to gain attack. All sorts of things to declare attacks and stuff like that, which is cool. One King the Fair Winch, yep. This card won't stay on the field very long, but it's a nice rotor on the deck, which is cool, which is nice, which is cool. One Sacred Tree Hyperion, yep. This is basically just a good nice rank 9 XC, which is cool, which is unique, really handy for most situations, which is cool, which is nice for this situation, for negates. Depending which one you have attributes. So let's say you have monsters, you can negate monsters. If you have spells, you can have negate spells. If you have traps, you have traps. Which is really cool, really unique. And then we got one kind of Rhinecode, the Queen Balish Sarah. Basically this card's a good basically this card's just gonna be sending drift you farther for your monsters, and you can summon your XC from that, your rank 9. That's why you got this card in your deck. You can summon that with it, which is pretty handy, which is pretty cool. Oh, which is pretty. Right, I'll show you a two card combo with this deck. Do you need some specific cards to do a cool combo? This deck can make 2 negates plus disruption most of the time. That's what you're looking for. 2 negates plus disruption, which is cool. Let's see our hand. Let's see if we can do it with this hand. Ash Blossom. And nope. Okay. Nope. Come on. You need to get the other reptile first, yeah. Need a specific reptile to show what I need. You don't need the big guys. Okay. Yeah, you could do it with this hand just about. Okay, first things first, you are gonna send from okay, for this hand now you can do it. So we have got 2 Snake Rain, we've got Snake Rain, 2 Chaos Space, and that one. Okay, so we are going to send from Chaos Space, we're going to send this. So we're going to discard Queen, and we are going to send you. And we're going to send We got you in my hand, so we're gonna send you. So we're gonna send all the big boys. Basically, we'll send all the big boys then out of your deck. So we send 3. So next is to send is you. Yep. And then we want to send one more card. So we need to send one more reptile. And you. Yep. So the next thing to do is now the best thing to do in this situation is right. First things first, we need to special summon him first. So while there's nanas on the field, you can't special summon anything else apart from reptiles. So we'll normal summon, make Ken the Fairwinds. Yep. Ken the Fairwinds will get me this card here. This will discard itself. This will discard, right, to send to the grave this one. Then this can tribute off your monster. This basically will tribute off this, right, to summon this. Okay? This will get me a search for Water Lily. Yep. Then Water Lily you play next to send off to send this to grave, and then you want to summon the big boy. You want to summon this one here. It doesn't have to be specific in a specific zone, but we can imagine it's over here because you never gonna use it. Then Chaos Space, and you're gonna send to add light pop. Oh shoot. Yeah. Actually, in this situation you can't do that. You need a monster. Yeah, for Chaos Space you need a monster. So you have to end up summoning this. Make an egg seed. Make that. Tribute this card away to summon this. This will come out to summon her period here. Then these two make number 38, and then that's usually your ending board. Now that's usually going first. A similar combo can be done going second with this too, if you want me to show you. So usually that's what happens. This deck, if you set up correctly, but this deck can break. You can break this deck. Right, go in second. So another Chaos Space. So we send Senna. Yep. This card elevates the scarring you. This comes out. This special summons. La di da di da. The normal stuff basically. Yep. Now you need to always do that one. This one will send that. Now this is if you don't have the big guy, but that's fine. Sometimes you don't have it. Then this guy will trip you off. Special summon you. We have 4 different names. Yep. So we need one. We won't need one more. Now there are traps in this deck too you can play, but I wouldn't play the traps in this. Yep. Then you need a level 4 again. Yep. The combo doesn't really change so much. So from here, you'll still chip you off. Oh shoot. You need the other one. Yeah. Well, you could summon this one, but then you end up with 2 chip feuds, and then you end up not summoning a level rank 8. This one could chip you off basically. Yep, this one comes back out again. Basically, and then this one will make this. Yep. And then when you go in second, you make this. You make that you detach one, the damage step gain 6,000 attack. And basically, then you attack for loads of damage, and you put this over top. Yep. And usually that's how you usually win games with Ogdoadic. Okay, I hope you enjoyed our deck before. Don't worry if I struggle pronouncing names so much. This deck is a very hard deck to say. Hey, we're not great readers. And stuff like that, which is alright. I hope you enjoyed about the show today. Subscribe and watch all. Oh, I am back from my holiday. I have my vaccine, so I've been at locals for a while now. I hope you enjoyed about the show today. Subscribe and watch all. I hope I show you some good combos today and a good deck profile. Hope you enjoyed about the show today. And subscribe and watch all, and see you next time. Good luck doing it, everyone. Peace.